Hello, hello, hello. This is your man, Nicholas Shepherd from the Shepherd Family Enterprise, Business Administration and Information Systems Consultants. And what I'm here to do today is basically, I'm working through some things. This is basically um, an intercession. I'm not really going to filter in my uh, my face, anything like that, because I am trying to do some things, okay? And I'm not really dressed for me to be seen right now. I can, but you know. Anyway, just in case I want to display a lot of this information, okay? Later on in the training session, which I'm going to do it anyway, but I'm going to edit it. Okay, so I have been discussing some things with some people about business structures, okay? And in business structuring, as we know, I have been talking about a general setup. And this setup is basically something that we do in order to keep business processes to keep moving forward. So, what I intend to do is I'm going to open a PowerPoint presentation and open a Word document, and I'm going to try to put some things together so that we will be on the same page. So, I'm going to be doing a lot of editing. Make sure I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of editing. I'm gonna be doing little conversational pieces so that the here, no, there. All these things are to enhance our knowledge base, okay, and our abilities to keep things moving forward. All right. So, the first thing first, what I'm going to do first of all is the whole subject, okay, of this discussion is basically identifying a structured business, okay? And in a structured business, you have to know exactly what your game plan is, okay? What direction you will be going in order to be successful. And these things have to be thought out very carefully because this is what really pushes your business into a direction where people will actually come to you for services. Okay, so um, I'm saying this for one purpose and one purpose only. Okay, what the Shepherd Founded Enterprise does, what we do, we basically get together and we try to sort out some things pertaining to what people are doing and what we can do to assist them, not only today, but later on down the line. Okay. Um, if you look at some of my other videos, I have some videos that talk about our business and what I'm be doing. Basically, I'm be going over a lot of service products, um, so that you can see exactly what we have and what we're doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so what I want to do first is I'm going to go into a little bit of our business structure, and then from there, I am going to start talking about some other factors that's going on in our organization so that you can get a grasp on why I am doing all of this, and hopefully you will get insight on how to set up your business entity as well. Um, again, I am a business thinker, so I want you to understand that no matter what I do is for the hopes and sakes that the people who are going to be working with us can follow the same structured um, the same structured guideline, okay, that we have done, okay. Um, so I'm not going to like run through this too fast. I'm gonna try to stop everything like that. But I want you to get an insight exactly who I am. This is me right here on the right. This is my younger brother. This is my brother Raymond. And this is the one in the middle, my brother Stephen Shepherd, and myself. Okay. And we are all three of us, we are business minded people, even though we have three different type of views of businesses. Okay. But I look at my brothers as being very valuable because the simple fact that in this whole process, even though they are involved and not directly involved, but I need them as far as opinions, okay, because they give me straightforward information. This whole Shepherd Family Enterprise LLC, Business Administration and Information System Consultants, is very diversified. You have to have three strong minded people from different levels of life and education and knowledge so that they can input that information, you know, to move the business forward. Now, I'm not saying that my direction is more advanced than any of my other brothers or their knowledge is more advanced than myself, but I know where I need my business to be, okay? And the way I'm pushing my business, there may be a possibility that my brothers may not agree with how I'm doing it. But I have to be able to present to them information and documents and strategies that they can agree with. And that's going to take a lot of work on my behalf, okay, to sell them an ideal so that they can pass it on to their children and their children pass it on to their friends and everything like that, okay. That is a business entity, okay. That is how things get started, all right. And once you hash out your differences, everything like that, and you get together and you find exactly what direction you want to go, then you can start writing out processes. Okay. Now, processes are very important. And the reason why I'm saying they're very important is because of the fact that whatever your ideals may be, you must write them down, number one. Then you must bring it to the group. And by bringing it into the group, you allow them to see that you are trying to create a resource for the company. All right. Now, the resource, no matter if you bring it independently or you bring it in as a group, whatever success you have to be shared with the other entities. Okay. And then like, well, I did this and this all might know. You still have to give them shares, whatever your successes may be. Okay. That is business. If you want partners, no matter whether if they're with you, they're with you, but you have to contribute to their interest. You have to pay them to be part of your business, okay? And the more you pay them, the more involved they will get, all right? And some business partners may not have the extra, you know, expenses or finances actually to contribute to you all at once. But as soon as you start paying them or distributing funds of your success to them, then they would probably would take a portion of that and reinvest it into back into the company. And that's when you get to factoring process, which we talked about in other uh, training videos. You have to start factoring. Okay, if they give me this amount, how will I factor that amount so that they will have a recurring amount returned to them at the end of the quarter? Okay, you know, because you have to determine whether or not it's going to be a match factor or like if they put in a dime, you know, are you going to put in for every dime you're going to put 2 cents or whatever the factor may be? Okay, and these things have to be um, have to be analyzed and tested over and over again. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, this is my 2022 presentation review of services, but of course we know this is 2023, it's going to 2024. Um, Even though the things that I'm talking about may change a little bit and things like that, I'm gonna go into a little bit more descriptive type thing. But I just want to break down this whole process a little bit more because in the past, what I did, I went through this right here may be one phase. It may take two phases or three phases. Me go through the whole process. But this video gonna be a little bit long because I want to make sure that you understand exactly what the Shepherd Family Enterprise LLC is trying to do and what we must do to continue to be successful and bring in more um, investors, not only with our family entities, but those who we communicate with on a day-to-day basis. Okay. Now, the first thing is associated entity. Now, I want you to understand is that associated entity, according to the Shepherd Enterprise LLC Business Administration and Information System Consultants, this document, which we named Business Science and Structure, and it will change, okay, as time goes on, explanation and everything, the word, everything like that. But this PowerPoint presentation is basically a descriptive presentation to get someone on a novice level to understand how their organization needs to be set up and how they need to put things together and how they can spend out on these different ideals, okay, into your organization so that you be able to work with us as a business entity so that as a business entity, as a corporation, as for whatever you want to call it, and you join our circle of successful business partners, we'll be able to use these terms, okay? And we will all understand what these terms are. And we all will have a descriptive, a basic descriptive outline how these things affect our organization. And we would take that main descriptive text, okay, and then we will groom it into our personal organization, okay? So, um, now, as we describe associated entity, is basically, and I have a document, okay, that I have. What I want to do is, see if I have a document that I have, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to escape out of this, okay. I'm going to go to the document, right, because the document has a lot of the information that I'm talking about today, okay. So I'm gonna go into here, and I think I have it in here. Blah, 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 blah. If I don't, I'm gonna stop this video, and then because I don't want to be displaying any of my, okay, any of my source material. Okay, but I think this may be the document right here. Okay, maybe. Okay, yes, this is. Okay. So in here, I'm describing that the business associated structure and meanings. List of participation factors that will be used to describe how representation for the Family Enterprise LLC will be used at any level pertaining to the lifelong business relations of or rules which may impact its economic structure, executive, staff members, financial obligations, future political concerns that will either increase or decrease our community view or sponsorship with all of our participants, current or future aspects, or as described in this text. So what we're saying is that it does not matter, okay, who we are working with. We all will have different views. We will take a vote and we will hash out different things. We'll give it with our separate legal representatives to figure out exactly, or our sponsored personnel that's sponsoring our possession in the company to determine what direction we need to go. Okay. So, um, this is the reason why I've broken down all of these different um, positions, okay? So that when we're talking to someone, we know exactly who they are, okay? So, an associated entity or associated entities are those members by birth or by financial commitment that have been awarded certain rights to or of direct inheritance of any executive member or family members member rights of the Shepherd Enterprise Estates. So associated entity, okay, either by birth or by financial commitment. So that means that you were born into this, or you have contributed or invested so much money into our organization that you will be awarded certain rights, okay, or direct inheritance, all right, of any executive member or family member rights, okay, of the Children Enterprise Estate, so that you become family with us, okay. So associated entities, okay, do not or does not by right need to be directly employed by the Children Enterprise LLC, but must have current knowledge of the business structure and its current business markets, okay. Um, So these are the things that have to take place. Now, I don't want to go through all of this, all right, because that's not what I'm doing this for. What I'm wanting to do is basically allow you to see exactly, make sure, okay, allow you to see exactly where I'm going with this so that we can keep things moving forth, all right? So, what we're doing, okay, as we know, I gave you a description of associate entity and meaning, okay, associated by entity, by birth, by financial commitment, or by direct inheritance, okay. The next thing is, okay, on the associate entity level one, okay, and we will be describing, like I said, you can go to our presentation, all right, in which we list all of this in our 2022 um, business, science, and structure presentation that we have out on my website, www.shiphadenterprise.com. And you can go through that, you can look at that. And I think I have some other training videos out there. I will let you know before the end of the video this series of instruction. Okay, so um, we have all these uh, different positions. Okay, associated entity one and two, three, and all these different things have a meaning. Now, once you get involved with us, we will go in more detail what these structures are and how they participate with what. But for the basis of this training or information video, I just want you to have an idea of how our company is set up. All right. Um, this is not the Shepherd Enterprise LLC is not a throw up. Well, I mean, that's a bad word to use. It's just not something that we just put out there and said, okay, we have a business. It took me many years to come up with this concept. Training, schooling, working with a lot of different business entities, researching how other business structures are, talking about individuals, experiencing uh, disgruntled employees, investors, um, in the family, outside the family. People have bad experiences in making small investments in a company. The misinterpretation what investments really are and are how their investments are used. Stocks, okay. You can have security stocks, okay, that is basically secured and backed by the securities market, or you can have private stocks, which is controlled within the company. Of course, you gotta have accountants and everything like that. You use that by donations. You got to report that to the Internal Revenue Service. You have your accountants. Either they are usually they're not associated with your company. They're outside resource. You have your own accountants inside, but the ones that's actually monitoring the outside resources as far as investments and how they go about distributing different funds or anything like that, or checks if checks need to be mailed out. That's done outside the company, okay? Because it's poor business practice for a company to have investors and then those investors have to rely on your integrity to make sure they get what they need. But if you work with an outside accounting agency that's independent from your company, and you can just legally you can get them the rules and everything like that, and then once those accounting rules are in place, unless you get with the board of trustees and you talk about exactly how you want these changes to make, and you have to have a corporate a meeting with your investors so that you will bring this stuff to their attention. You have to make this public knowledge. All these things have to be in place, okay? And that's what this is all about, all right? So we have these different things. Again, I will go back and I will let you see exactly where the video is. I'll research and everything like that, and I'll let you know, okay? So there are certain training requirements you have to go through. There's promotion awards you have to have in order to be get to social level, associate into level 3, as far as social level 1 and 2. Because we want to make sure you have knowledge about this. This is people that's actually working with our company. They don't have to be working for us, but they associated with us, and we want to make sure that they have this information. And this information will be given to them. It's not like it's a test or anything like that. You need to have current knowledge of how we're running our corporation. Okay. All right. So um, once you get to level 3, okay, and this is more of a direct associated person that's really administratively involved with our company, but they have their own business and they are contributing either funds or material or whatever resources to our company to keep our company running smoothly. Okay. Now, these individuals, we have to have a pre-background check at this level. Um, we have to have 2 years of continued representation. They have to submit us financial statements based on previous 2 year commitment. That means that they have to prove to us that they have been for 2 years. They have been contributing to organization. Okay, and this will be a pre-negotiated amount. All right, at this point. Okay, so we would get with them. We'll find out exactly whether or not they have had financial statements based on their previous 2 years commitment. And we will go over that with them. We'll set up some type of agreement with them, how this would take place, and it won't be a standard amount, but we want them to have something that is very consistent, so that we know how we want to plan our budget from quarter to quarter. Okay. Now, the social entity level 4, okay, um, is outline authority and representation. Like I say, it's in our training video. We have factor amount of authority. We have all the different things that they have to do as well. Training requirement, promotion, rewards. They have to be granted in order to be at this level. Okay. And then we have the factor considerations of this position as well. Okay. Factor consideration 1 and 2, which we have a different process and document and training for those individuals that's actually moving into this level and will be maintained at this level of relationship with our organization. Okay. Now, associate entity or business partners. Okay. The factor consideration will be based on quarterly report submitted 3 years prior to assignment and reviewed by all concerned parties. Okay, the calculated is pre-negotiated background check at this level, at these levels. And factor consideration two, it will be 2 years continued representation and financial statements based on previous 2-year commitment. Okay. And again, it's a calculated amount and it's negotiated. Okay. Now we got one is pre-negotiated. Factor two is negotiated. Now you could be in factor consideration one, and then we say, okay, well, we're still trying to consider whether or not we're going to be doing this. Okay, so we going through our negotiation process with you. That's consideration one. Okay, so that means that okay, we take into account we're going to be talking to you. The factor consideration two is that okay, we negotiated, and all we're doing right now is waiting for the sign offs. Okay, with attorneys and things like that. Okay, to make sure and the concerned parties, so that we make sure all this is installed. Okay, now then we have the social entity level five, and it goes through the same type of process, training, contribution, everything like that. Um, like I say, it has outlined authority, representation, have a factor amount of authority, contributions, training requirements, promotions, and awards. Okay. And again, these things here, as you could read out, um, we have associated entity level five. Everything is based on quarter reports, calculated at the consideration one is pre-negotiated. We do a background check at this level. Um, and then factor consideration two, we really look at your first 2 3 year prior continued representations. So you're talking about like the first 2 3 year prior continued representation. So it means that you've been dealing with us at least about 6 years, okay? And we look at the fact that, okay, based on these financial statements on previous 2-year commitment, um, what was your consistent contributions to our organization, whether it's financial or dealing with management, okay, working with our management teams, okay? We're at social level six, and I'm gonna bruise through this here, okay, because like I said, all these different things right here is something I just want you to look at, okay, so you get a general idea of what we're doing, and then as we move forward, and then we start talking about other things, okay? All right, so um, there are some things that we need to do, and one of the things is a proposal to render services. And at this level, if we work with a client, okay, we usually create a project number, and this project number is used just to identify this business entity that we're working with. Okay. Now, once we have established that, that's where everything gets locked in, and we'll figure out exactly where we're supposed to be with these individuals and how we go about working with them. Okay. Okay. So the next video, building a business relationship and project management processes, cost of service will be available soon. Okay. Which this is partially what we were going through, but we just want you to see exactly how we run our things. Okay. All right. So again, these are the things that we're looking for. We're looking at your company name, whether it's LC, your board of directors, with their responsibility. These is our responsibilities in this company. This is what we do. This is what we're working towards, and this is what I expect any company that's going to be working with us. This is the structure I expect them to present to us in a meeting. Okay. There's a lot of different business entities out there who want to work with me, but they want to talk to me over the phone, but they never want to meet one of us, and they do not want to present a formal presentation to us, letting us know how they can contribute or assist us in our business efforts. Okay, just like I'm doing here. All right. All right. So, um, in our company, what we do when we're trying to work with a company, this is our structure. Okay, this is the structure that we are trying to work your company into. Okay, whenever we help a company formulate, this is what we do. We push your company into this type of structure. Every company we deal with, this is the structure that we work with. Okay. So we're going to get you the president. You have three vice presidents, even though there anybody in those positions, and you have five board of directors, okay, or directors. And these individuals will be the ones that be dictating what's going on in your company. All right. Okay. This is what we're working up to. This is what we're working up to every company we deal with. Okay. Now, the directors of anyone's company that we're working with have to be responsible for at least 10 reports, okay? Um, that were presented to the vice presidents at the end of each month to the following areas and to tell you exactly what they be doing, okay? These are the things we're looking for, okay? These are the things we're looking for, and these are the things we will report to you, all right? Okay. The next thing is, um, we it's talking about our organization, okay, what we do. All right, we have these four um, organizations right here. These are companies, all right? These are sub-entities in the Shephard Enterprise LLC. And in these organizations right here, they're subsidiaries of the Shepherd Enterprise LLC. They have their own president. They have their own vice president. Or these companies work be ran by vice president, anything like that. So that's how it is, okay? So we try to create a formulated structure for any company that we work with, any company we're helping to become that $1 million business. And we want anyone that's working with us to have the same mindset when they work with us. Okay. So these are the things that we have. Um, these are the things that I've done. All these things have to be in place before we can work with you, or some type of structure, or we will set this up for you. And then after we see that what your business structure is at that particular time, what we would do, we would start commence working with your company as a professional business entity. Okay. Now, our company, we have developed a business strategy to improve anyone's company possession so that a positive workforce can be developed and structured. Okay, we call it the bottoms up approach to business structure. So what we do really, we hire someone or you bring someone in at the bottom, and then you train them until they get to a point where they are they are in a leadership role. Okay. Okay. Now these are the six patterns for success steps. Okay. Remember these six steps are only embedded into your company as a pre-structured administrative plan to move a select employee or candidate into a role that or may may not be qualified for, but has shown the equanimity to sit in that role. Okay. Okay. So these are the factors. Okay. So we have to understand money, number one. Okay. Now, this money here is basically a generic um, setup, but we're using this because by that, we know that the Americans' rate of things are kind of different, but we need to understand these things. Okay, what is money and how money is actually structured? Okay, people want to inherit money. People want to get paid. Okay. Okay. So, um, I like listening to people. Okay, if you talking to me, I am constantly listening to you. If we're in a meeting, I'm watching how you move, how you talk, fidgeting around, and I know whether or not if you believe what I'm saying or if you just shuck me off and stuff like that. I'm not going to waste my time with you, okay? Because you have a lot of companies out there that they're thinking just like I am. If I don't meet their qualifications, they're not going to use me, okay? If I don't know what I'm talking about, they're not going to meet me. They're not going to use me. So I have to bring in people that are knowledgeable of the systems and the processes I would like to use in order to work with these individuals. I have to be that way. I have to. These are the type of people I'm trying to look for. All right. I'm looking for marketing reps. I'm looking for secretaries. I'm looking for other business consultants. You, you name it. Okay. Just get with us, put in a resume, fill out employment applications, and then let us call you. Okay. Yeah. You can go to my blog site and you can download the employment application. Once you download the employment application, you mail it in to us or you email it to me, to our organization. We take a look at it. We give you a call. We do an interview. We do a face Zoom interview with you to find out what your knowledge are, maybe, and then we negotiate some costs. All right, we negotiate some costs based on your ability to get things done. All right, and you have to come with resources. Okay, if you want this high paying job, you, you have to prove to us that you have resources that you can work with. Don't come to us empty handed because, we're trying to help others. And only we can help others if you're willing to help us. Okay? All right. So, um, in the Shepherd States, okay, this is our general structure. All right. And we stand upon this. We stand upon this whole structure right? This is the Shepherd Family Enterprise. Okay. And every company that we work with, we want them to have this type of structure or a version of it. Okay. This is what we call a professional business structure. Now, there's other different complicated things, but this is a basic business structure for the Shepherd Enterprise LLC. Okay, so in our next part, we're going to how we going about paying people. All right. And I mean, not just paying people, how we go about, doing our chart, how we go about charging people, the people we work with. And it could be, like I say, the minimum, we get them on the high end, and then we get a minimum, on the low end. Okay. So it depends on what you want us to do. We'll break this information out. We'll separate it, and then when we separate information, we'll put it into an agreement, a contract agreement, and then you'll make um, your structured uh, deposit. Okay. And then once you do that, then we will begin to work with you. And at the set date that we both plan, and we can get things moving forward. Okay. Once we negotiate exactly what you need done. All right. Okay. What we're doing, we are redesigning a new business world, as I explained to you before. Things are changing. Okay, our economic system is changing. Everything is changing every day. We need to find out exactly what we're going to do as a business group, as the new breed of business people. Okay, because the way the world's going to be doing business in the next 20, 25 years is going to be totally different than it did in the last 25 years. And we must get together and do something fast. Okay. We need to figure out what we're going to do. We need to get together and put something together so that we will be able to stand up against the ones that's holding the bat, that's hitting all the home runs. We must be able to get control of how they swing at whatever sales pitch, whatever idea we throw at them. Okay. But they're not going to be able to hit all of them. Okay. And the ones that they don't hit, they're going to have to sit down with us and talk to us. Okay. Because they're not going to have a clue how we got it past them. Okay. And we became successful. All right. Okay. Now we build administrative minds and thought. We build that administrative thought into an action. All right. So by doing this, I've structured a system. The system that I structured, it works. I'm still building upon it, and I'm letting you know that no matter what we do, we're gonna be okay. All right. Now, um, what we're gonna be doing now is basically I'm gonna be talking about our different phases. Okay, we have 5 phases of success. When we initiate something, um, we do the first phase. We do gather business requirements. Second phase, we gather technical administrative requirements. Third phase, we high level architecture of the new or current process. The fourth phase, determine any or all future business or technical support features and possible concerns. The fifth phase is probably if we have to go beyond a year, and it's basically extending the life cycle of the first 4 phases. Okay. Okay, and like again, all we do, we create business plan. We create a business plan to fit your business need. Okay, and if you come to us, we want you the same thing. We want you to create a business plan that'll fit our need. Okay, we want something that's easy to understand, and an organizational chart down to department levels. We want you to present to us work rules and regulations, because we're going to do the same thing we start in your company, all the way down to department level, which you write any type of proposal, new business requirements, or recreating new business requirements. We want you to write up a technical requirements if you want us to work with us on a technical level. We want you to show us whether or not you have the qualified individuals for training, what type of training material you're going to give us so that we can get up to speed if we're going to be paying or distributing funds to your organization. Okay? And we must have documentation for training sessions for not only your employees, but our employees as well. Okay? So, um, what are you waiting for? Okay? Give us a call. All right? Let us know what you want to do, and maybe we can talk about some things. Maybe we can come to some type of agreement, so that we can assist each other and work with each other and make sure that no matter what we do, we are all walking away successful. Okay. Okay. So now what I'm going to be doing, all right, I'm gonna go off into a discussion. All right. And in this discussion, it's basically talking about hiring a person. Okay. And this is any company, any a small company, anything like that. All right. So if you're going to hire someone, then I'm going to bring up a calculator, all right? Because I was using a calculator, all right, when I was doing this. So I'm going to bring up a calculator and bring this down, 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 down. Okay. Doesn't want to make sure that I am in the position. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here and I'll open up this and I'm gonna talk to you. But anyway, I was looking at some things, all right, and I was looking at a couple of things based on positions, and what it is that I wanted to, and let me see if I can do this here. If I can create, I might can do this. Okay, I'm gonna create just a new page, right? I'm gonna create a new page because I'm gonna be writing this page, okay? And I'm gonna put this design, layout, orientation, put a landscape. All right. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, and I want to draw. do this pin here because I want you to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's say this here is your company. Okay, all right. COMDAY. Okay, I'm gonna call this company one, right? This company one. All right. And let's say that you wanted to hire, all right. And I could have did this more needed than that. Okay, that's kind of bogus, but I can do that later. Okay. And let's say that you wanted to hire one person. Okay. Let me do this. Make a stick man. Okay. All right. Now, the first thing you got to know, you got to figure out how much money you're going to pay this person, right? So you got to understand what is your budget, right? Let me get this. That doesn't look right. Okay. You got to find out what your budget is, right? Right. But what's your budget, right? This is the goal, right? What is your budget? Okay. So you want to know what your budget is, okay? So um, let's assume. Okay, I'm gonna throw some numbers out there. It depends on what this person is, right? Let's say okay, if you're starting out your company, the first thing you want a representative. You want a rep, right? You want a rep. You need a representative, okay? Okay. So, but you have to figure out. Don't worry, I'm gonna put this. You get the point. If I spell it wrong. Okay, I'll put it as representatives. Okay. Uh, okay, so you want representatives, right? Okay, so all right. So you want you represent. So you got to figure out, well, how much? Okay, what is my budget, right? You say, okay, you want to know what your budget is, okay? So you say, what did I do? You said what? Okay, you said what's my budget, okay? So you got to look at if your budget, you got to look at if you're going to pay this representative, right? Okay, let's say you're going to pay this representative $15 an hour, right? Per hour, right? All right. And you're going to have to times this, right? How many hours are going to work, right? So what I'm doing to bring out this, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to bring out this calculator. So I'm going to say, I'm going to pay this representative $15 an hour. Okay, so you got to look at what the workload is going to be, because that's the worst thing you got to do. You got to okay, you got to play, but then the first thing you have to understand, the first thing is the workload. Right? You got to figure out what the what the workload is going to be, right? So if you're going to do this, of course they're going to have to be tests, right? So But say the first thing you're gonna have to say, okay, what task the person gonna have, right? You know what tasks they're gonna have, right? And then you got okay, and if you have tasks, you're gonna have to say, how many hours? Okay, let's say how. You said how many hours of work? Okay, how many hours work is gonna take to complete? How many hours? Okay, how many hours work? Right. So if you are a small company, all right, if you're a small company, it's okay. I got a budget. Okay, what my budget going to be? And this is what you're trying to figure out right now. Okay, you're trying to figure out this, right? You're trying to figure out what your budget. So you got what their workload going to be. So you got to find what their workload is going to be, what their task going to be, and how many hours work they're going to do to complete that task, right? Okay, that is going to be very important. Okay, that's going to be very important. So, um, then, okay, you have to have some type of incentives, right? Okay. So in order for them to do it, you have to have some incentives, right? Come on now, mix it up. Okay. Okay. What are the incentives going to be? So you got to say, okay, okay. So you got to see what the incentives are, right? And I'm gonna type all this up and I'm gonna put it out. And like I said, I'm gonna pause the video, type it out, and bring it back up so you can see it. Okay. All right. So you gotta say what type of incentives I'm gonna give this person. All right. Because you gotta understand is that I want this person to work, what I'm saying, this per day. And see what I'm saying? So that's this per day. Okay. That's, how many hours this person will work per day. And then you're gonna say how many days a week. All right. Okay. And then of course you're gonna have to say week two. All right. All right. So you got day and you got week. All right. So you got to figure out what type of workload you're gonna have, how many tasks they're going to have, how many work hours they're going to work in a day, and how many work hours they're going to work a week. Okay, you understand? So you got to say, okay, and then you got to have incentives. All right, and the incentives going to be based on what? A 4 day incentives going to be based on what? Okay, let's say one. All right, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna say incentives going to be based on okay, um, 4 days, right? Second one could be based on um, now you can say hours work. Now let's say I'm gonna say they're gonna work 4 hours. Okay, this has been really 4 hours. Okay, hours, right? That's another incentive, right? Um, then you got to say close. You can put three. It would be closed So closed deals. Okay. I shouldn't say dues. I can say agreements. Okay. Closed agreements. I'm gonna say agreements. And agreements can be anything. It's something you have to put out there, because see, the person may not know how to close an agreement, to put it on, so they can put it on paper. But you want them to be able to get you in contact with people, right? You know what I'm saying? So that you can close the deal, right? All right. So you got they working 4 days, okay, a week, right? Okay, and that's week. Okay, they're working 4 hours a day, 4 hour day, right? Okay, in close agreement. Okay, you want to make sure they have, like, say, you can, you know, it can be any, you have to come up with a negotiated amount, right? It had to be realistic. Okay, let's say, and it depends on, okay, everything's gonna be depending on what, right? What your budget is going to be, right? You understand? So, um, so these are the things you have to consider, right? So if I'm a hiring representative, if I'm a representative paying $15 an hour, okay, what type of workload they're gonna have? You have to write this out, okay, what their task gonna be per day, right? Um, and you got to say, okay, how many work hours they're gonna work per day? What are their incentives going to be? All right, and this is based on a 4-day week, 4 days a week, 4 hours a day, and close agreements. Agreements. Okay, close agreements. All right. Now, this would be okay. So this right here would be what? Right. This would be this would be a bonus, right? Right. This would be the bonus. Okay. So now we're gonna go up, and these are the things you have to do. Okay. Now each position that you create, you have to have this written out. This is what they call directives. This is what you call objectives. And these are what you're going to do. You have to create tasks. All right. And once you get these things all mapped out, you'll come up with a number, right? So okay, and you could come up with this, right? I'm not gonna put these numbers in because I have my own figures and anything like that. But you put this up, you write this out, and then you'll tell them, okay, at the end of the week, okay, at the end of the week, the close agreements and the result bonus would be what? A percentage of closed, right? Closed, close, and put PMT for payment, closed payment, okay? Of closed payments, right? Okay, okay. So, and this would be the sentence would be the bonus percentage of closed payment. So you have to come up with these amounts. You have to come up with these numbers, all right? Once you come up with these numbers, you know what I'm saying? Once you come up with these numbers and you tell them, hey, listen, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you do this, you know, and say, okay, if you do this, you know, you get this here, right? You get this, right? You get the bonus. Let's see, bring that to the front. Uh, all right. So, um, all right. So, um, that was too big. So I just want to make this is the bonus. Okay, amount, right? There's a bonus amount for what? This, right? For what? This is what? Incentives, right? Okay, so that's what we got. So you have to figure out, you have to figure out what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and that would put out your company budget. So now you got to look at, and that's not the only thing, you understand? Because you have to figure out yourself, right? Um, you know, you got to figure out yourself. Page break. I messed that up. So I might do this and see. Okay, so why did I do that? I want to insert a page for this thing. I know it's a way you can do it, but okay. Well, it's like squeezing me out. Oh, so that's what happened. It did break the page in half, but just didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Okay. Maybe we can do that. Okay. I put a page break in the wrong place. Why did I do that? Okay, so I just screwed up some. But you get the point, right? Because I am. So, anyway, um, I'm trying to figure out why I didn't do so much. I was taking it away. But you get the point, right? You get the point. Okay. So, oh, I can't take the page break out. Okay, so print layout is breaking the divide focus. But anyway, you get the point, right? Because uh, yeah. So oh, okay, that's what I did. Okay. So anyway, then that would be the, like you say, the closed payment, right? So once you did that, you know what you're gonna pay them. Like I say, this is the what is that? Yeah, so closed payments. All right, so that's it. So, okay, so what we're gonna do, I don't know this around. So let's say the person will work 4 hours, okay, 4 hours a day, right? So, and I'm not even putting taxes in here, all right? So I'm not gonna calculate that. So let's say the person worked 4 hours a day. So I'm gonna say times four. That's 60 hours a day times, okay, times how many days a week did I say? To work how many days a week? 4 days a week, right? So you're gonna say times four, right? All right. So that's $240 a week, right? Okay, 4 hours a day, $240 a week. All right. Um, and let's see, times four, which is a month, times four. So that's like $1,000 a month, right? Times 12, right? So you can be paying this person $11,500.20, right? Okay, a year. Okay. Now that's what they're getting paid, right? That's what they get. So let's say 11,520. So what they're going to get is 11,550 dollars a year, right? Okay. So that's what they're getting paid a year. Now you got to look at the fact that and see, we didn't put the incentives in and all of the stuff like that. We didn't put that in, right? Then my bonuses, you got to pay this person too. Now, and the reason I'm saying this because this is what you got to do in order to get a person to work for you. all right, a dedicated employee, man. Okay, you're gonna have to pay them like this. So you got to figure out, okay, and whatever you're paying them, have to be based on how much work they complete. All right. So you got to come up with tasks. All right. You know what I'm saying? That they have to complete every day because they're working 4 hours a day. Right. If they work in more hours, then you must negotiate exactly how much you're going to give them for 4 hours of work. Okay. But they work 4 hours. They work more hours a week. That's bonuses. Okay. And you have to tell them if they work more than 4 hours, okay, you know what I'm saying, outside of their regulated hours, how much will you give them? Now they're working, right? They're working extra time, but you have to tell how much, well, I'll give them for every day that they work over the time that is regulated, and how many hours you will pay them for how many, you know what I'm talking about? So you have to say how many, all these are factors, man. Okay. So you got to say, well, how much I'm gonna give and how much you give to this. Okay. All right. And then you have to have a closed agreement, man. And then the bonus of close amount. So you have to say, these are bonuses, man. This is what they're gonna get. Okay. So once that is established, then you come up with that, and then we're not talking about the monies that you got to pay for your, you know, the like they if they work from home, you might start and work from home, and from there, you say, okay, at the end of the month, I need this to be closed out. I need this to be closed out. Okay, I need to make, at least you have to tell them I need to make at least, what was the amount that I said that you have to bring in? So they're bringing in $960 a month. Okay, if they bring in $960 a month, that's what you got to pay them. Okay, that means you have to times that times, okay, because you got to look at if you're paying them that much a month, okay, you got to times that times the workload, right? So you got to say, okay, for every, I got to get paid, I got to bring in at least, you know what I'm saying? You got me, $11,000 a month. Okay, and it don't have to be that, but you have to give a large amount. You have to bring at least $11,000 a month in order for me to satisfy this agreement. You understand? So there's no playing around. Um, so this is what you have to do with every position, right? But after you write all this out for all these different positions, and then you write out your budget, and the budget has to be realistic. But you see, everything is based on your workload, your tasks, and how many hours in work. And I write this stuff out. You know what I'm saying, at a later thing. But I write this out and let you know exactly what I have, and I put it in a more, um, in a more structured um, presentation. All right. So you see exactly what we have and how we went about having it. Okay. All right. So I think that is not it, but um, again, like I said, I would like to thank you. All right, for listening to this portion of our topic, um, a business mindset, how to have a business mindset. It's very important that you look at my training videos, okay? How to start building a business mindset. That is basically this whole topic here. You have to regulate everything that you do, okay? And if you don't do it, you're gonna have a hard time. Get this stuff together first. Figure out how you're going to do it. You got to set goals for yourself, and then hire someone. You're gonna have to hire someone, okay? There's a lot of different things you can do. You're gonna have to spend money. But don't worry about the money right now. Worry about the end goal. All right. If you worry about money, you're never gonna move forward. Just go out there, get to work, start working. Don't worry about how you're going to pay this and that. You know what I'm saying? You can negotiate that with business leaders and, companies, everything like that. You need to get out there and start making this stuff happen. All right. Okay. So this is the first session. All right, of training in business mindset. Not the first session, but it's organizing your thoughts, organize your business goals. All right. And um, I'll put the correct label on this, how I'm going to structure this, because I'm going to have a lot of different training sessions based on this. So you know how to set up your business, how to set up your budget so that you can be more successful. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in to us and stay tuned for our second part of tuning your mind and tuning your business goals. Hello, hello, hello. What I'm going to be going over in this session of the training of the topic in this mindset, I'm going to be going over a couple of things that Bruce been talking about. And basically, it is concerning how we go about selecting an employee and setting up different standards for that employee that you're going to be hiring or bringing into on assignment. Okay. Um, now, what I'm going to be doing right now is pretty basic. I'm not going to go through anything too dramatic, anything like that, because, like I said, it's not really necessary for me to do this. So I'm going to get right off into it. Okay. So previously, what I was discussing, I was talking about this, the design of a company's creative budget plan. And I came up with this, handwritten document, that I was utilizing, giving a brief example. Now, what I've done is I went about the extra step to come up with another structured document, all right, with all the details that I put here, but I put it in a more fashionable um, format. And as I was explaining to you before, is um, this is something that you should create. And like I say, I do this on the fly and stuff like that. I'm an administrative person, so this is what I do. Okay. I'm pretty good at administration, pretty good at putting that documents, formatting information, things like that. All right. So the thing is, what I do basically is what I did basically is like I said, I created this document. In this document, it shows, okay, I'm going to go through it. It says, if you have a company idea and need to hire an employee, these are the considerations that should be factored into your yearly budget. First of all, okay, you should always put in your company name, all right, and each one of your requirements, depending on the budget, each budget should have a different sheet, and you should have some type of reference number, all right, pertaining to what you're trying to do for that quarter. And each one of your assumed uh, uh, um, departments, you can put your department in here, anything like that, and then you can put down an employee and what you're going to be paying that employee. Okay. And right here on A, I said your company name, all right, and then you put minus your company budget. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your company name, and you're going to put in here what your expected annual income should be. All right. And then you should create a budget. Now, your budget would be what you're going to be utilizing on your assumed annual income to hire an employee, either one employee, two employees, three, or whatever the situation is. But you want to chart this out,
Okay. So the first thing that I see, okay, or I recommend that you can do is to put down how many employees you're expecting to hire. And it doesn't matter what the different degree of pay they are or what you're going to be paying them. You put the total amount. So you say if you have 4 employees, you put how you expected, amount you're going to pay all these employees, anything like that. It can be based on the previous budget, anything like that. If it's a new budget, then what you need to do is go back to your accounting processes and find exactly what you made and come up with a number. Okay, so you'll say, okay, I'm gonna play. Okay, I'm gonna hire 4 employees. The total amount is for all 4 employees is this amount, and that's including local, state, and federal taxes. Um, and if you want to be including any other type of uh, expenditures or anything like that, you can include that as well. But then you need to list those things out in a different format, and then you can put in there, see attachment this for this and this and that. Okay, you can always attach that to this document, and you will file it. Okay, and then of course the person that you hire, depends on how much experience the person has. These persons would actually put this into a working document where that you will have a record of who you hired, administrative record, who you hired, how much you brought them in for, and make sure that there is a written agreement at the end of this process and the person have signed it off on it, okay? Because everything had to be approved, all right? This is for legal purposes, accounting purposes, and to reduce confusion, all right? Everything had to be written out. Everything had to be pre-planned before the employee get inside the office. You should have an idea of what you're going to be paying these employees. You have to post it out and say, okay, this position, this is what you're going to make per week, this is what you're going to make per month, and it's including medical and excluding medical. These are the hours you're working, et cetera, et cetera. This has to be explained up front during the interview process, and then once that person has accepted your proposal, then you give them a start date. Okay. Now, when all this happens, okay, when all this happens, you must always have that amount of money already in your future budget. So if this person will be hired for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, that money should already be allocated to pay that person. Okay, that money should be already in the repository, your banking repository, so that you can pay this person. Okay, all right. Anything that you make in sequence of this or subsequent of this, which you want to include as a bonus, then that will be added in a separate check. Okay, you give the person a check, bonuses in a separate check. Okay, that's different type of allocation. Okay, bonuses and rewards and all that stuff like that. Okay, all those are different tax brackets. All right. So what I have here, I have the employees, how many employees, and then you have how much you expecting to pay these employees. All right. And then you have a position. All right. Now in this, you can position one, you put down what the position is, a salary rate, and you can have if there's four. Of course, you can have 4 different sheets. You can reference number each sheet. Um, you can put in exactly what the position is. This person right here, this is the position. This is what you're going to get paid, and you attach this document. You can replicate it, whatever the situation is, and you can attach that document or this document to the employment application. Okay, and then all they do is sign it. Okay, all right. You don't have to be in this particular sequence, anything like that, or in this format. But this is just a tool that you can use so that when you bring in someone, um, you have a documented process that the person that you bring in can see, and they are aware what their responsibilities will be once they start day one. Okay, all right. So, of course, you would put in how many work days. All right, the person will be working, and you tell them when they will start and when the period would end. This is an assignment. probationary period, whatever the situation is, you put in, okay, your first day will be this day, and your last day will be this day. Okay, so you put that here, start time and end time, and the time would be, whatever, before 6 o'clock, ending, whatever. Like I said, this document could be modified, anything like that. This is just a tool that you can use if you need. If you want a copy of this and stuff like that, I can send it to you in a PDF and things like that, and you can utilize this document. Okay, just email me um, at the email address that I provided in my YouTube channel, and I will just say that you would like a copy of a PDF copy of this document. Okay, and it's just a creative design plan, budget plan. Okay, and it's part of the business mindset part 3. All right. Okay, for this date. Okay, so you put the time, the start time, end time of that person, and then there's medical benefits. Most likely will not be any, and then if it is, you put the cost out of pocket per month, and then per quarter, what it is. Okay, this could be yours, but the one you give to them could be something totally different after you figure out exactly what you want to do. Okay, then you have your workload assignments. Okay, and like I say, concerning this particular any project, any person you bring in, okay, you have to give them at least 4 assignments minimum per day. Okay, yeah, per day, and there must be other subsequent assignments in between those assignments. Okay, now you have mandatory assignments, you have assignments that need to be done at the end of the week, end of the month, and etc. Okay, but you must document when these assignments start. You must document how much time they spend on these assignments, and they must have a report, okay, that you can create, putting down the time they start, the time they finish, and where they are. And you, at the end of the day, before they leave, they will sit with you and they'll have a meeting with you and tell you or explain to you where they are, what they did, and what are the expected results by the end of the week or the end of the next day. Okay, you have before the shift starts or you start to end. Okay, it depends on yourself. Okay, you have a briefing before and at the end. So you talk to them about it, and all this is a training and learning experience for people you bring in. You want a relationship with the people that you hire to work with you, especially when you're first starting. You want a professional conversation with them. Let them know that you are serious about um, them being a full-time employee for you, and these are expectations, and this is what you require them to do. Okay, and and if they have any problems, you must be willing to assist them, all right, and help them out. Okay. So, and then you have workload assignments. These workload assignments must be tested by yourself or someone who knows the job, and you have to take into consideration whether or not the person, what type of experience the person has. Because you don't want to hire anyone that's an administrative assistant to yourself or your company that does not have any experience. Because you can look at their resume. That's where you have the probationary period. You will make sure that they have enough knowledge about what you need so that you can close out accounts and funds are transferred into your account by the end of that contract period, okay, or the closing of that day or that week, okay? Because all these monies that's supposed to be paid to you for services rendered have to be in your account by the closing of the business week, okay, or the closing of the business day, or the closing of the ending of that month. All right, it has to be done. All right, so that's the only way. That's the only reason, and that's the only way you're gonna be able to meet your deadline, your company deadlines, okay, financial deadlines. Okay, so you have the assignments, workload assignments, everything like that, and then you have your incentives, like I described to you before. All right. You have 4-day weekly incentives, 4 hours, close agreements, missed deadline assignments. If they have anything like that, of course, you would, have a reason. Then they get a bonus. Then you give them a percentage of the closed amounts if there are um, contracts that are being closed out, and the customer have to pay um, uh, um, a startup fee or initial fee before you get started. Okay. All right. And then I'll also put in here, um, create a written agreement concerning each assignment to reduce confusion and the need to meet the requirements indicated based on deadline. So you have a written agreement, make sure it's detailed as possible. Don't be afraid to make sure that the person that you're hiring, the administrative assistant, or whoever you have doing your books, anything like that, you make sure they have a full understanding of exactly what you're doing, how you want things done, and what you expect them to have done at the end of your business week. Okay. All right. So that is it. All right. Hopefully you gained a lot of knowledge um, based on what we just talked about. And again, I'd like to thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. And I ask you again, your donations and contributions are is really appreciated to help me put out more content like I have done today, and to help me to finance other starter companies, help them out. There are some companies out there that do not have the starter fees to get going, anything like that. So I want to be able to help these companies to get these things together, help them out, so that they can continue to do these training sessions as I'm doing today. It's useful information. And again, I would like to thank all my viewers, my 35,000 viewers that actually come to my site periodically to get updated information, get information, and all my YouTube followers and LinkedIn followers that contact me and socialize with me and talk to me about business matters and share information with me that I read as well. Okay, and Twitter as well. Okay, and again, I really ask you if you can go out to my business blog site, which I am going to go out right now, and I don't think I'm really signed in it, but oh yes, I am signed in. Okay, wait to come up, and then I'll bring you out to it. Okay, so we'll go out here, go back to this. So I would really appreciate, like I said, you go out to this is my business blog site is https www.groups/index.php, and it's Shepherd Enterprise LLC. And what we do here, this is a business blog site that we go over a lot of different things. We actually talk about a lot of different common interests. Some is business, some is political, some is financial, some is social, family, cultural, anything that you may want to talk about, I have in here. Okay, and you can also come to my site under financial management, and if you click this link here, it'll go here, and then all you can do here is click on this link, open your work, it'll change. Okay, and it comes up with it's not working as fast as I wanted to. If it asks me to put in my username and password, I'm not going to do it. But yeah, you get the point. Okay. So what you can do, you come here, you can make a one-time donation, okay, a monthly or yearly donation. I only ask for like you can do like $1 or $2, so that a month, or you can do like probably like 25, $50 a year. We highly appreciate anything like that, or and they do it that way. Or you can go out to my what's that? My Cash App, and let me see. You went to my Cash App. Let me see. I got my Cash App name. Yep. So it's let me see my Cash App name. I'm gonna put it out here since it's here. I'm gonna type it on a notepad right quick because I know you are pressed for time. Um, it is. Let me go here. It's $sign SENDISL. Okay, make sure that's it. This is my Cash App. This is Cash App. All right. And you can sit here and make sure this is right. It's all right. So by having info system. Yep. Okay. You can send me donations using my Cash App assignment, which is this here. Okay. So make it bigger so you can see it. Those of you who may. So can I make it bigger? Maybe. So we want to say, okay, that's it. All right. All right. Again, thank you very much for coming out and viewing my channel and everything like that. And if you have any questions, you can also reach out to me at my, on Facebook, my Facebook page for the Shephard Enterprise. You can actually follow and Google it, and then it'll shake you there. And I'll get involved, like I said, in my business blog site. You can always get in touch with me at my blog site, and you can go down and you can, let me know exactly what you think, how I can provide a service for you, and things of that nature. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.